We have more significant developments concerning the Epstein files. As I've gone through more than at this point, 100,000 documents, new questions are being raised about the night Epstein died in his cell at a facility, at a jail facility in New York. New documents show that there may have been someone else who actually walked up or near to Epstein's cell. New video footage shows a quote, orange blob of sorts walking near the cell, despite official accounts suggesting otherwise. And it all comes as more files show President Trump's name. And now you have members of Congress suggesting that the Epstein files are bigger than Watergate. These are the documents, and this is the story that the White House and many in power probably don't want you to know about, don't want you to hear about. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The more you like, the more people see, and this is an important update. Overnight, here are some things that I found that I want you to know about, and I'm just going to walk you through them. So this is a draft. It looks like it's a draft press release, right? And we know it's a draft because if you look at the bottom of the press release, the bottom left-hand corner, you have the number 19-XXX. I want you to look at the date of the press release. This is a statement from the Manhattan U.S. Attorney on the death of defendant Jeffrey Epstein. The date of the press release is dated Friday, August 9th, 2019. The problem with that date is that Jeffrey Epstein actually died on Saturday, August 10th, 2019. Now, this could very well be a typo, and I think what's important here and for the Department of Justice to quickly dispel this is just release the metadata behind this specific document. And I posted the link to the document on the internet. Release the metadata, show that it was actually created on August 10th, not August 9th. And this was a copying error of some sorts or whatnot. And we can move on. I do want to show you, though, the official statement of the Southern District of New York that was released on August 10th. This is an email from what appears to be the PR people at the Southern District of New York, releasing the statement concerning Jeffrey Epstein's death following his death. So he was found, according to official reports, 6:30 a.m. on August 10th, okay? So this is what they sent out. I'm going to zoom in for you just so you can see here. I want you to look at one specific sentence. In the first sentence, the third and fourth line of the release, they say, quote, had been found unresponsive in his cell and was pronounced dead shortly thereafter of an apparent suicide. That's an important line, of an apparent suicide. Because if you look back at the first draft release, it just ends at thereafter. Quote, has been found unresponsive in his cell and pronounced dead shortly thereafter. The words of an apparent suicide do not exist in this August 9th release. But once again, all of this could be just a draft press release, could be a typo with the date, copy-paste error, who knows? Ultimately, it's the Department of Justice's job to dispel these rumors and just release the metadata surrounding this specific release. But then it gets a little more interesting because CBS News has found that official accounts concerning Jeffrey Epstein's death are a little contradicted. This is FBI analysis of video footage from the night before Jeffrey Epstein died. The highlighted version suggests, quote, a flash or orange looks to be going up the L tier stairs, could possibly be an inmate escorted up that tier. The thing with that is that the official records of Jeffrey Epstein's death suggests that no one came near, essentially, his cell the night of his death, right? Official reports state that Epstein died by suicide sometime before 6:30 a.m. on August 10th. No official time of death was ever determined. But previously, the government had been suggesting that there had been no mention of anyone who came near Epstein's cell, right? Bill Barr, the Attorney General, previously said that no one entered his housing tier the night of his death. Dan Bongino, the then Deputy FBI Director, said, quote, there's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it. But the analysis shows that there was a flash or orange looks to be, could possibly be an inmate being escorted up there. The Office of Inspector General analysis of the video says something similar. Quote, a flash of orange can be seen going up the stairs of L tier. Inmates are currently on lockdown. it is possible someone is carrying inmate linen or bedding up the stairs. But Bill Barr and other DOJ officials previously said no one was going up there. And here is the screen grab of something in orange on the stairs leading up to Jeffrey Epstein's cell tier. This is from CBS News. So, I mean, there are a lot of questions because these images, those analyses, the press releases, and more all kind of contradict what the DOJ has been saying publicly. And I think it's important that the DOJ, especially Pam Bondi in our upcoming hearing, kind of dispel some of these rumors and prove that, in a way, that they're wrong. And well, it comes as Thomas Massie, the bill's author of the Epstein Files Transparency Act bill, saying that this is bigger than Watergate potentially. Take a listen.
By the way, I think historically, when we look back at the Epstein scandal, it's going to be bigger than Watergate. And it's going to be, by the way, the president didn't go to jail, the attorney general did. It's going to be bigger than Iran-Contra. And here's why. It spans 4 administrations. It's deeper than any political thing on the surface. And so I think in terms of the number of people who are affected, I mean, how many people were affected by Iran-Contra, okay, or Watergate? I mean, specifically in that instance. Obviously, everybody's affected when there's a lack of transparency and bad or fraudulent things happening. But I mean, directly affected or implicated, that was a finite group of people in both of those. Here we have what seems to be almost an infinite number of people involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And at least we don't even know yet how many there were in the criminal enterprise or the seedy part of it. And it's like that Spider-Man meme where there's 6 Spider-Men, they all look the same and they're pointing at each other. You've got all these billionaires pointing at each other. You're in the Epstein. No, you're in the Epstein. No, you are in the Epstein. It's you who is in the Epstein files. And you're the one who went to the island. I didn't go to the island. Anyways, there's sort of this circular finger pointing.
He's not wrong. And take a listen to Senator John Ossoff, what he had to say at his rally last night.
Now, you remember, we were told that MAGA was for working class Americans. You remember that? But this is a government of, by, and for the ultra-rich. It is the wealthiest cabinet ever. This is the Epstein class ruling our country. They are the elites they pretend to hate. So prices are up, jobs are going away, Medicaid and school lunches are slashed, nursing homes are getting defunded. If you're Steve Bannon and your pitch was Trump for the forgotten man and woman, how do you sell any of this? Trump was supposed to fight for the working class. Instead, he's literally closing rural clinics and hospitals to cut taxes for George Soros and Elon Musk. He was supposed to end the globalist world police foreign policy. Instead, we're doing war for oil and nation building again and threatening to conquer Greenland. He was supposed to drain the swamp. Instead, this is the most corrupt administration of all time, and everybody knows it.
I mean, that's what he's saying at his rally. I'll have more updates for you soon. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. See you soon.